They have facilities where they can just pull trains into them, never even take the people out of them, and just gas them as they're sitting locked up in these trains. So this is coming to America. And you can look at Rex 84. That was a project started back in 1984 when President Reagan was president. And he had Oliver North in charge of that. And what they started doing was preparing and planning for civilian internment camps here in America. And that's what's coming with martial law. And that's a big part of what these aliens are going to be doing, is running these camps. Give me a call, folks. Toll free, 877-624-4331. I'm going to go back to Brazil here. My information on Brazil, I get on rabbit trails. But what I was saying was that Brazil has the largest alien base on Earth in their mountains. And what this is it's the home of the Galactic Federation. And some of you are thinking this is Star Trek stuff. Well, where do you think Star Trek got all this information from? Where they got their ideas from? And the Galactic Federation is several alien nations put together, and what they do is they run their own council. And they like to play games with the humans. They like to tell us that the Galactic Federation is looking for the good and welfare of mankind, and that they're a neutral council. But we know better than that. Some of them are neutral. They all work together. It's all a bunch of games that they play with humanity. How much can they deceive and lie to us and make us think that, their universe is divided up into councils and empires and like a United Nations of aliens type thing. But they're all loyal to Lucifer, folks. And so what I want to tell you, go through and mention some of these member nations of the Galactic Federation that has their base in the Brazilian mountains. And one of the members, Galactic Federation member nations, is the Andromedan star nations. And these aliens are located in the constellation of Andromeda. And they're humanoid. They look very human. They have two different types that are associated with them. The first is white, where they look like Nordics, where they're the tall blonde, blue eyes, pale skin, to where they have a second type, which is the Mediterranean look, where they have light to dark brown hair, gray to brown eyes, and a tanned-looking skin. And what they drive, what they fly, these ships, the Andromedan ships, range in shape from traditional sombrero-shaped scout ships that measure 50 to 65 feet across, to lens-shaped small atmospheric command ships that are up to a half-mile across in length. And so the smaller ships that you'll see, they look like hats. The typical Mexican sombrero hat. That's what their ships look like. Another member of the Arcturian Confederation, and they're located in the star Arcturus in the constellation of Bootes. It's Bootes. And these are a horse-like being. Their physical appearance is one that resembles a horse. And their body is tall and slender with a stylized horse's head. Skin ranges in color from a vanilla shade to a very dark brown. The Arcturians possess a mane on the back of their neck and head, and have an extremely thin tail that resembles a horse's. And their ships look like bell-shaped scout ships, and these range from 40 to 75 feet. Their motherships is a lens-shaped planetary command ship that is over 14 miles in length. And so this is like a horse-type being. Another member nation is the star nation of Bellatrix. It's a former member of the League of Orion. I'm not going to get into that. I don't really care what they're former members of. Their physical appearance is very scaly and bony. Upper head is surrounded by large bony crest, large red or dull yellow eyes that resemble those of Earth's reptiles. And these beings are bipedal. They have a thin hand with 6 long clawed fingers. We're going to take a break. When I come back, I'm going to go through some of these other member nations of the Federation. located in Brazil. We'll be right back, folks, after this break.
USA Radio Network Sports. I'm Ray Canterbury. Todd Green hit a 2-run shot in the 6th and singled in the go-ahead run in the 7th as the Rockies beat the Reds 8-6 to complete a 3-game sweep at Coors Field. Colorado manager Clint Hurdle said their defense was outstanding in the win.
From start to finish, we were as sound as we've been all season on defense, and we need to be. We're capable of being it. We just got to be more focused and more consistent with our approach out there. Today it really paid off.
Meanwhile, Washington doubled up Florida 6-3. Pittsburgh beat Atlanta 5-2. Philadelphia chopped down Arizona 7-6. Houston beat St. Louis 6-4. The Dodgers were 10-6 winners over Milwaukee. The Cubs shut out San Diego 4-0. It was San Francisco and the Mets splitting a double dip. In the American League, Baltimore beat Detroit 6-2. Boston knocked off Anaheim 6-3. It was Minnesota 9, the Yankees 3. Texas blew by Kansas City 8-1. It was Cleveland 6, the White Sox 4. Oakland beat Toronto 12-4. It was Seattle 6, Tampa 5. And this is USA Radio Sports.
Do you know your credit score? You should, because staying on top of your credit could help save you thousands of dollars. You can now get your credit score and credit report at freecreditreport.com.
I go online and in seconds I get my credit report and credit score free. I can even print it right off my computer.
Staying on top of my credit helped me save a lot of money.
Get your free credit report and score when you sign up for a 30-day credit monitoring trial at freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
Have a bewitching summer at Days Inn and get $250 in discount coupons every time you stay. Book your stay at DaysInn.com and enter the Stay a Spell sweepstakes. You could win 1 million Trip Rewards points or $100 in free gasoline. Like magic.
Why don't you keep on the sunny side of life?
Days Inn, the best value under the sun. See Bewitched in theaters this summer. No purchase necessary. Legal residents 18 or older. Ends 9/15. Subject to rules at DaysInn.com.
Greg Biffle captured the MBNA Race Points 400 at the Dover International Speedway on Sunday to move within just 46 points of leader Jimmy Johnson in the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship. Jeff Gordon fell from 5th to 11th in the point standings after being punted into the wall by Tony Stewart on lap 41 at the Monster Mile. Both drivers had strong words for each other after the race. Jeff Gordon.
He probably expected me to move out of his way, I guess, but I'm going to tell you, all I can say is the next time Tony Stewart's in my way, if he doesn't move out of the way immediately, he's going to get the same thing.
Tony Stewart.
Jeff's always whining like that. I mean, if somebody does something to Jeff, it's always their fault, and that's just Jeff Gordon. That's the way he's been ever since he's been down here. So that's fine. We can get a car crash and war. It doesn't matter to me.
Washington Redskins safety Sean Taylor is out of jail on bond after being arrested for allegedly pulling a gun on someone during a dispute. Ray Canterbury, USA Radio Network Sports.
Listening to Out of Time Radio. You're listening to Out of Time Radio.
Black helicopters got you down? Fearful of government-spawned tornadoes? Wonder what those jet contrails are all about? Well, have I got a place for you. Hidden in the basement of 115-year-old Spencer's Corner is the Hot Springs Brauhaus, a place to hide and ease your wayward mind. The Hot Springs Brauhaus, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Dial 501-624-7866 for reservations or information. The Hot Springs Brauhaus. For a restaurant to be this good, it must be a conspiracy.
Do you have something to say? Have you created or invented something? Do you have a cause that needs to be presented? Have you written music, a book, or made a movie? Have you ever dreamed of being on the radio? You're in luck. Out of Time Radio now has answers to your questions. To find out how you can get your own radio show, contact Out of Time Radio at 877-624-4331 or email shows@outoftimeradio.org.
Wetlands are